Well, good morning, everybody. It is 7:20 a.m. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I have been very, very busy with Mr. Terry. In fact, Lorraine, his caregiver, took 4 days off, a little unexpectedly, and so I have been staying with him. Turns out he was not getting the medication that he should have been. I guess, I haven't researched it a lot, but I guess that when you are put on hospice, they start taking your medication away. Well, my friend Terry, he is not nearly ready to be on hospice. So he's coming off of it. He's been getting better medication, and I got him a good multivitamin. He's eating a little bit better, and so he's doing good. He's coming off of hospice, and yeah, he's doing better. Now, from what I researched from the top hospice doctor or director or whatever, for a person to be accepted into hospice, and his diagnosis was terminal Alzheimer's. No, not even close. A little dementia, being 83 years old, yes. So anyway, the criteria is that to be accepted for hospice, then you need to be within 6 months of dying. Now, for some reason, if you don't die within that 6 months, you can, his doctor can apply for a person to remain on hospice. The criteria goes from a 1 through 7, and not until you get to the stage 7 are you accepted for hospice. Again, Terry is not nearly there. So he's coming off of that. Took a little bit of a struggle, but hey, I don't give up. So anyway, he's going to do a lot better, and we will make a movie together. In fact, we'll have Lorraine take it for us. And, okay, so that's where we are with my sweet friend, Terry. Oh my gosh, they've got the traffic lights on again. They have you stop and go and stop and go. Woo-wee, that sun is strong. Okay, so now for where I am headed. There's an organization that rescues dogs, and a lot of their dogs, there's no good way at this time in the morning to put your sun visor. But they rescue a lot of dogs from Mexico. So I applied with them to be a foster parent. I think it was a couple of months ago. And I went through their vetting process. Their, what's the acronym for their organization? I think it's TAP. But anyway, they contacted me, and they wanted to know if I would take a little dog and foster it. And I said, sure. So they gave me the address. They told me what the drill was going to be. So I got in my car the next day, and I drove all the way down to San Diego. And when I got there, the little dog that they wanted me to foster turned out to be a bigger dog. Well, because of my fence, I couldn't take a larger dog. So I ended up not being able to take that guy. So they contacted me 3 days ago. Actually, it might have been 4. Anyway, it was before I knew Miss Lorraine was going to be gone for 4 days. And they asked me if I would take this little senior guy and foster him. And I said, sure. Now, when rescue groups rescue from Mexico these little dogs, some of them are in horrific shape. They've been hit by cars. They've been attacked by other animals. They're sick. They are eaten up with worms and fleas. Many of them have had their eyes injured to the point where the eye has to be removed. They have broken bones. It is, don't even look, you guys, don't look at some of the pictures that these sites have. It will break your heart. So anyway, what they do is once they get, and they also rescue off the streets too. So what they do is they get the little animals and they bring them back. They have them checked over really good by a vet. They get dewormed, they get defleed, they get treated for any medical problems that they're having, and they're like quarantined so that when they go to foster parents or when they get adopted, that they are in the best health possible. Now, if they have anything that requires you to, you know, give them some kind of medication, if like they have diabetes, or if they have seizures, anything that's wrong with them, they tell you all about it. They tell you how to take care of them. And of course, you can decline a little animal. And one of the first questions I asked was, is this little guy going to have any kind of shots? Because y'all, I don't know. I might be able to do it if I was the last person on earth, but I just, oh. So she said, she responded and she said, no, Deb, he's not going to need any shots or any medication. He seems to be in good shape. We've had him, you know, checked out and treated for everything. So I said, okay. So that's where I'm going, you guys, and I'm very excited. Now, he's 8, as best guess as they can do. He's 8 years old. I'm just praying and praying and praying that this little guy, because it's about an hour drive one way, and so I'm just praying that he is going to not be too terrified. It can't be any worse than when he got transported, you know, from Mexico. So anyway, the foster organization gives you everything you need. They give you food. They have a brand new halter and a leash. They will give you puppy pads. They give you a crate. So if your little dog is not house trained, which many of them are not, they've lived on the streets. Occasionally, they get a little animal that has been turned into a shelter, and the shelter is getting full, and they will rescue a little animal so it's not going to be put to sleep. So, but it's very rare, you guys. So with the crate, you can crate train your little guy or girl, and for your crate, they have to stand up and be able to turn around comfortably, but it can't be so big that they will want to go to the bathroom in their crate. And so, you know, during the day, you just take them out a lot. Now at Terry's, that's hard because he lives on the second floor, way down at the end of a long hallway. I mean, a long hallway. So, Mariah has fake grass that she goes on and puppy pads out on the patio. Now, that's not the best way to start out with this little guy, but it's unavoidable. But he can sleep in Lorraine's room with me. And, of course, one of the first things I'm going to do when I get him home is I'm going to give him a nice, warm little bath and make sure he's nice and clean. They do the best they can at the shelters, y'all, but sometimes they have so many little animals that they are also at capacity, and they are totally run by volunteers. Totally. Now, they do have a small, like a kennel area where they can keep some of the little dogs, some of the big dogs, until they can get them treated. They get through their quarantine, and then they can get foster homes for them. So, yeah, that's where I'm going. And this little guy, I meant to post a picture of him on my community thing of my channel, but as soon as I can, I'll put a picture up of him. And he's just so sad looking, y'all. He just needs somebody to hold him and love him and make him feel safe and secure. And so that's what we're going to do. And I'm very excited, but I'm kind of nervous too. Now, yesterday I took I wanted to take a shower and wash my hair at my own house. So Terry and Mariah and I went to the cottage, and Jerry had dropped off Toby and Lily so I could visit with Lily. I've spent 2 nights away from home so far, and I miss her so much. But anyway, Toby is scared of Mariah, of course, and Lily is just very curious. So I have no doubt that Lily and this little guy are going to be fine. And I would never, ever leave the 2 of them alone unless I knew that they were going to be safe. And I probably would just keep them in separate parts of the house. Or Lily would visit Daddy and her brother. So anyway, y'all, gosh, I am excited, and like I said, I'm nervous. If you guys could just say, you know, little prayers for this guy. I want his life to be better, much better. And I asked Kristen, the young lady that I'm dealing with, you know, do people adopt these little senior animals? And she said yes. People do want seniors because they don't want to go through that puppy stage. We know what that's like. And so they want a more mellow little guy or girl. So I feel good about that. When you foster, you don't ever know how long you may have a little animal. And you can always let your, I'm going to say, I don't know what I call Kristen. She's my contact person. And so if for some reason I could not take care of him any longer, you just let them know as far ahead as you can so they can find another foster parent for the baby. Now, his name is, I think you pronounce it Lestat? I'm not sure, you guys. It's a different name. But anyway, we'll do the best we can with that. And they just have to give them all names when they bring them, you know, to the shelter. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll have an update and a little video when I can get him to Terry's and get him all nice and comfortable. And Mariah, y'all know, she is very submissive. She was very submissive to Miss Hazel from the get-go. And so these two, he's 8 years old, as best they can guess, and so she's 8 years old. And so I would love it if they could become buddies. But anyway, that's it, y'all. So I'm going to let you go. I hope everybody is doing good. It's a very, very sad time in our history with a lunatic trying to ruin our country. Ruin our country. So, with that said, try to do something fun today. And please, please, please be safe. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye now.